The poverty outlook in Mozambique continues to be extreme. 54% of Mozambicans live below the poverty line. The average income is $450 per year, or just above $1 per day, and most people lack basic services. 2/3 walk more than an hour to reach a healthcare center, and thousands of people die each year from the entirely treatable disease malaria, which is the #1 cause of child mortality, causing 30% of child deaths. Only 60% have access to safe water, and 50% to primary education. We were on a road trip from Vilanculos, and we were driving back down to Maputo. So we were on our way back, and we had, as Ray had mentioned, we had seen so many people walking extremely long distances under a hot sun with 20, 30 kilos on their head, sometimes barefoot. We couldn't stop talking about it, really.
Tivemos a necessidade de perguntar, mas por que é que não o fazem numa bicicleta? E eles disseram-nos que era extremamente caro, que para comprarem uma bicicleta teriam que juntar o ordenado de cerca de 1 ou 2 anos e não o conseguem fazer porque há outras necessidades, então vão gastando dinheiro.
And we threw out one idea about what we could do to make a difference, and then I poked at it and I said, well, how would this work and how would that work? And we just together we went back and forth, almost building a business model in the car trip back.
Quando trouxemos a ideia da Mozambikes para em cima da mesa, dizemos que nós temos que ser diferentes dos que existem, não podemos implementar bicicletas de fraca qualidade, temos que ter um fator diferenciador, portanto vamos tentar arranjar bicicletas de low cost e de alta qualidade.
Business models and the development of the business happened exactly in reverse. The first channel that we designed was a pure advertising model. We thought that advertisers didn't want to have to touch bikes or distribute them, that to solve the problem of the difficulty in advertising for them and to get bicycles at a very affordable price for people in rural Mozambique, we would advertise on the bicycles, and then using a distribution network that had good access into the rural markets, we would sell the bicycles at a very deeply subsidized price. And what happened was we were doing that, except the businesses said, oh, well, at that price, I'll buy the bicycles. So instead of selling it by advertising and then bicycle, we just started pitching it all together to organizations where it seemed like they had a more interest in buying the fully branded bicycles. But the business started with just the advertising channel and then evolved into the second. And then evolved into the donation arm, which is actually a separate business. It's an affiliated business because our friends and family were all really excited to participate in what we were doing, and they asked how they could get involved. And so we decided to start a nonprofit organization out of a country where we could have an accredited bank account. We set up Mozambique Social Development, a registered nonprofit, to collect donations from around the world to essentially buy bicycles from the business at cost. Then we give those bicycles away to people earning below the minimum wage who have a powerful need for a bicycle to improve their quality of life. The nonprofit charges zero overhead for the bicycles, so every dollar donated goes towards providing transportation to the people in need. So the chain actually has very few steps, but I think there's extreme importance on the quality of the supplier, the quality of the components that we're using, the paints and the branding images, a strict process of assembly when the guys are putting the bikes together, and then a careful system of transport so that these high quality, attractive looking bicycles in our shop arrive at the same way.
A Moçambique permite com que a pessoa tenha a bicicleta da cor que ela precisa e por a marca que ela precisa. Diferente das outras, porque as outras, as bicicletas já vêm com o autocolante colado, com o nome já colado. Já a Moçambique faz de acordo com o pedido do cliente.
The only ways that people advertised in these markets before was by sending a team with buckets of paint out there and painting the side of a wall with their logos, and that is extremely time consuming and costly. And so here was a way for them to advertise by simply paying a fee, or paying a fee and then distributing the bicycles.
Quando começamos a fazer as entrevistas para o nosso pessoal, as pessoas começaram, por autorrecriação, a raiar rodas. Eu estava na sala de reuniões e comecei a olhar para fora e vi-os a trabalhar. Menos trabalho para nós. Eles raiavam rodas em 5 minutos. E nós ficámos todos contratados. E nós tivemos muita sorte com a equipa que nós criámos. O Vicente, que é o nosso encarregado, pertence à equipa de ciclismo do Moçambique Nacional Moçambicana. E aprendemos muito com ele. Foi aí que começámos a ver o potencial da nossa equipa de trabalho.
The evolution of the product. We are happy with the bicycle that we brought in, but there's always room to improve. We also wanted to talk to them and see, are they using the bicycles? How are they using the bicycles? What's gone wrong with the bicycles so far, so that we can improve that next time. The average family has 5 people, and so they generally consider the bicycle to be a household item because the bicycle is used to go out and fetch water and firewood for the day, or to take someone to work. And so right there you can consider that with nearly 1,000 bicycles out there under the Mozambikes brand, we've helped about 5,000 people directly, and then approximately 10 workers and their families is another 50. Indirectly, we're talking about the employees and the families of the businesses where we buy paints and our branding images, because we buy them locally. We are talking about potentially the workers of the companies where we sell the branded bicycles. If these businesses are doing better because of the advertising impact that they have using our bicycles, then there's indirect beneficiaries there.
A bicicleta pode mudar muita coisa em questão de diminuir a distância.
Benefício, porque já começou a me trazer rendimento. Eu andava a pé para vender aqueles cestos, peneiras, então era um pouco difícil para mim. E tenho que agradecer muito a Mozambikes, me ajudou muito. A bicicleta é muito importante e ajuda muita gente, de verdade.
25,000 bicycles a year. That's kind of what the goal that we have in our head for the long term. Once we get these clients on an annual basis, thinking about how they purchase bicycles, so that we're constantly bringing in new clients and taking reorders from the same customers. And so we'll build the model to a size where it just continues to drive itself, and then we can think about other markets. This idea works wherever there are large distances, so high transport costs, a difficulty in reaching people because of the low-income nature of their communities, and a lack of manufacturing.
Eu já tive experiência de ir para o centro do país e muita gente está a caminhar a longa distância, vai cartar água até um bidão grande, assim, tem que caminhar até uma coisa, às vezes de 3 horas de tempo só à procura de água. Tem 3 crianças, tem que nanecar um, cara, pegar um assim. Escola também para caminhar é muito longe. Eu gostaria que todos tivessem bicicleta para se ajudar.